In the first episode of Frieren, we meet a party of adventurers at the end of their adventure. They've been together for 10 years. There's the camaraderie and the inside jokes and the memories, and they're coming to an end and they're about to part ways. And they make an agreement to meet back together in 50 years to go see this special meteor shower that only happens every 50 years in a specific place that Frieren knows about. So fast forward 50 years and they get back together. Everybody's there. They're gonna go on the adventure. They take the adventure to go to the place to watch the meteor shower. And then sadly, after seeing this beautiful natural event, one of the party members dies of natural causes. And so we go through the process with the party of, he's died. And we're sad, but it's okay. And Frieren is there, and she is the elf mage. And she's at the graveside, and she just loses it. She breaks down because she's so sad that she did not know her friend as well as she thought she did. She's realizing that she only had 10 years of his life. She says the statement 10 years was not enough time to truly know him. Today on Geek Devotions, we're talking about the brevity of life and how to make the best of it. Hello and welcome to Geek Devotions, the show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting people know that they are loved. I'm Celeste, and we are so glad that you have hit play today. Do me a favor, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you don't watch past this point, know you're loved, you're cared for. There is a plan and a purpose for your life. Also, we want to tell everybody that it's Anime April! We have all the podcasts that are coming out. We're going to have a special podcast with our friends over from Rushmore that'll be coming out in a few weeks. We have 2, soon to be 3 podcasts out on the Comm Talk feeds. It's a lot of stuff, guys. It's so much fun. And then as always, our Monday night play and praise. But let's get into the devotion. Like I said in the intro, Frieren's breaking down at the funeral and crying about how 10 years is not long enough really made me think. And it brought me to this verse, Psalms 39, 4 through 5. Lord, remind me how brief my time on earth will be. Remind me that my days are numbered, how fleeting my life is. You have made my life no longer than the width of my hand. My entire lifetime is just a moment to you. At best, each of us is but a breath. And then in Psalms 90:12, it says this: teach us to realize the brevity of life so that we may grow in wisdom. The point of these verses is that our lives are short. It doesn't feel like that because in our time frame, our understanding, it feels like our lives are so long, especially if you're a little kid. When you're a little kid, you feel like you just have all the time in the world. But in reality, the older you get and the wiser you get, you begin to realize that it's not as long as you thought it was. There's not as much time as you thought. And with that knowledge and with that wisdom comes the understanding that we have to be intentional with moments. We have to be intentional when we're with people, listening to them, spending time with them, sharing God's love with them. We have to be intentional. The way we do that is we focus on others. Focus on God. Focus on how God wants you to respond in certain situations. You know, because of scriptures, how God wants you to act. And so if we intentionally put the effort to do that, then we will have less regret when our breath is done. Okay, guys, that was your devotion for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said earlier in the show, don't forget to check us out on all the things, all the socials. Check us out in our Discord. we're doing podcast stuff, all the things. Also want to give a big shout out to our patrons who give as little as $1 a month and help us do all the amazing things that we do here as well as we do it. If you would like to become one of those people, you can. Also, we have Anime April merch. Super cool. So you can get that from our store on our website. We have some cool, cute stuff. We also have other things like We Read Allegedly merch. So just check it out. Okay, guys, well, it's time for the question of the week. Question of the week is this. What is a fantasy world that you would love to see made into an anime? I know not all fantasy worlds are built to be made into live action, but what would you like to see in an anime? I personally would love to see an Enderverse anime. I know that technically that's sci-fi, not fantasy, but it's a science fantasy? Maybe? I don't know. I'd love to see it in an anime anyway. It'd make a great anime. Okay, guys, well, with all that being said, stay devoted, peace and love.